Hello, welcome to Day 12 of the U.S. Open, our final day of this video telecast. I'm Peter Bodo with Nick Bollettieri. Nick, Roger Federer, Marin, Cilic. Federer comes through an unbelievable match last night against Gael Monfils. How do you see the Federer-Cilic matchup happening?
Well, first of all, Monfils is going to have nightmares for the rest of his life. And we should congratulate him on what a performance he put on. 2, Cilic, big, awkward forehand, arm way out here, strong, big serve. Also his coach is Goran Ivanisevic. And you remember Goran, sorry Goran, you missed that volley at the net to lose the Australian Open. Former student, you're doing a great job. I believe tonight you'll see Federer doing a little bit of everything and slowing down the big strokes of Cilic. I believe the edge goes to Federer, but the last match they played was very, very close. It's a must-see match.
You know, a lot of people were saying that that one of the things Goran has done for Marin Cilic is he's gotten him to really use his serve more as a weapon. Say, look, forget about, you're overthinking things. Start using that weapon and just give it the gas. And also that he kind of loosened him up. Goran Ivanisevic, of course, one of the great loose cannons of our time. Do you put any credibility to that theory?
I sure do. In fact, Goran, you remember when you were at the academy? You were loose as a goose. I loved you, man. And you know what? That philosophy that you're giving to Cilic is perfect. You got a big gun, utilize it, play the game. Do not overthink, because Goran never overthought.
Now, switching to the women, Nick, we had a pretty disastrous thing in the semifinal here with Peng Shuai, who had won 40 consecutive service games going into this match. Goes down, goes out there, gets into a real dogfight with Caroline Wozniacki, and it ends in disaster with Peng Shuai defaulting, having to be defaulted before the second set is over. What is your take on what happened there?
Well, first of all, no one can really predict something like that because she's in great shape. But remember, her strength, moving, 2 hands from both sides, moving, 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 moving. Tough weather today, a lot of humidity today. Who knows? May have ate something, drank something. Also, may have got a little nervous. No one can tell what happened, but she sure had a case of unbelievable cramps. I also would like to say thank you, Caroline. You walked around, you comforted her, you put your hand on her shoulder. Yes, you wanted to win, but you felt sorry and did not want to win that way.
Nick, there was no real consensus on what to do at that point, though. Nobody knew, do you default her, do you do a point penalty, do you allow a medical timeout even though she shouldn't be able to take one in the middle of that game? I mean, do we need to clarify the rules here, or what do you think?
I think the rules speak loud and clear. If it wasn't from a direct injury, you cannot take a timeout. The clock ticks. Point, point, game, game, game. There cannot be any other rule. Because if you do that, where does it end? And the rule on cramping is it's not a medical timeout. That's the way it is, Peter, because you can never know when anybody is saying, hey, I got to slow this match down a little bit. I believe, Peter, the match has got to stand. It's
a rule of loss of conditioning.
And also, Peter, what can be done, a rule for everybody, if the conditions are so hot, they can have a little longer break between sets. That's fair for everybody, but that's a tough call.
Well, what a way to go out on our last broadcast from the US Open. I want to thank you all for dropping by and seeing us. And once again, I'm signing off. Peter Bodo with Nick Bollettieri, my compañero.
And listen, it's been fun, always fun, because we say it as it is. I'd like to say thank you to Ed, to Brian, and you know I'm the best, baby. And I also would like to say thank you for IMG giving me the opportunity to come up here and tell you a few of the little tidbits. But I have fun, and I want all of you playing. Don't overthink, be simple, enjoy the game.